Right, good evening, Blankers. So, you join me this afternoon at Bluebell Lakes, as you will have gathered from the title. So it is coming up to 4 o'clock now. It's been a long morning. You'll see Rob in the background there. It's took us 7 hours get here because of how slow he drives. No, I'm only kidding. So yeah, we got here about 11:30 this morning. Had a slow walk around on Mallard Lake. Very busy. Wednesdays the weather's banging, so naturally the place is very busy, but we weren't in a rush this time. We were just going to take our time. So we've had a nice walk around the lake, and we've settled on a couple of pegs that are down to the narrower side of the lake. I'll put a picture of the map up so you can have a look and see where we are. So yeah, we're here for 48 hours. Sorry if I sound a bit chesty. I am off the back of COVID, so I'm still feeling a little bit rough, but I'm very happy to be out on the bank. So yeah, we've got 48 hours. We're on Mallard. Rods have been out for an hour and a half or so. Like I say, we've not rushed. We've set the camp up. We've had a good chat with a few people around the lake, find out what's been going on. And yeah, my approach at the minute has just been 3 zigs. I just whacked those out into the centre of the lake just while I set camp up, and now I'm about to reel those in, find some spots for probably a solid bag approach throughout the first night, and then we'll play ball tomorrow and see where we are then, and probably flip back to zigs because they have been doing well on here over the past week to 10 days or so. So that's the plan. I'll show you my peg in a second. Me and Rob are quite close. We've got a nice big double space, so we've got nice social. The weather's going to be good. So yeah, happy days. Just cracked open the old special milk. Be rude not to. And yeah, that's the plan. So I'm going to go and take these rods in now. Probably reel all 3 in, and all zigs will be all messed up, tangled in a right shambles, but yeah, never mind, eh? And then we'll get these solid bags out. I'll probably spom just a little bit of bait out just to wake up the swim a little bit. All of the fish were predominantly showing down the big open end of the lake when we've spoken to everybody, which sort of dented the confidence a little bit, but since being down here, we've set up, all of a sudden we've seen a few shows. The slight wind has started knocking down our end of the lake, so fingers crossed we can get a bend in the rod. The weather's looking good for it. I'm just glad it's not cold and it's not pissing down, and I can have a good catch up and social with Rob. So yeah, that's the plan. So I'm going to go get these in. I'm going to find some spots, put a bit of bait out, get some solid bags over them for the night, and then we'll review things in the morning. So I'll speak to you in a bit. Right, good evening, Blankers. So we finally relaxed, we set up. The camp is how we want it to be. I've just redone the rods after bringing the 3 zigs in that I just chucked out initially. So I've got 2 on solid bags and 1 on a spinner rig. The 2 on solid bags I've just left, I've not put any bait over them, and the spinner rig I've put 7 or 8 spoms of maize, hemp and some chopped up boilie over that rod, just to see. I've got different tactics on the go to see if any pays off. Rob is fishing. What are you fishing, Rob? Ronnie rigs. 3 Ronnie rigs with a couple of spons of bait over each one. So we've got all different tactics on the go just to see what might bring a bite. If 1 or 2 brings a few bites, then we'll switch to that tactic. Just wait for that vehicle to pass. So yeah, it's nearly 5 o'clock now, so those rods will stay out till we do a bite. Because we're going to get a bite, aren't we, Rob? Definitely. Yeah, definitely. But no, I'm happy now. Still a few fish showing in or around, probably more towards the road bank side from the fish that I've seen, but at least I can see fish showing and it gives you a bit of confidence. So yeah, we'll see what the evening brings. Feels good though. It's warm. Obviously it's like the 23rd of March and it's 5 o'clock and I've still got a t-shirt on. It's about 14-15 degrees now, which is unheard of for March, so happy days. It's going to continue into the rest of the weekend as well, to be fair, so much better fishing conditions than we've had in a long time, so at least it's just not freezing, eh? So yeah, keep you updated as always. If you don't see us this evening, you'll see us in the morning with a brew, a refreshing of baits, rigs and rods. So say thee with a fish soon, hopefully. Lovely view of San Martin Lake there, for those of you that know the complex. We're not on there obviously, but you can't deny that beautiful sunset. And then we've got this lovely view ruin. Oh my day, put it away, son. This is a YouTube friendly channel, this. No one needs to be seeing that crack. Jesus wept. Anyway, Rob's been having fish show all in front of him, but he's had fuck all for show for us. Excuse the French, sorry for swearing. Oh dear. Anyway, I was just trying to get a nice view then, and Rob just ruined it. Right, good evening, Blankers. Quick evening update before we lose the light. I tell about whack the old hoodie on. Temperatures dropped a little bit, but again, for time of the year, middle of March, still about 9 degrees, I reckon. So yeah, no knocks, nothing exciting to report yet. Still fish showing in and around the area, so I'm hopeful once that temperature drops and they might get their heads down and get on the grub. So that's the thought process. So just a reminder, my rod's 2 solid bags, 1 on the spinner rig. Just put bait over the spinner rig. I've left the solid bags alone just to see if there's a difference in biting activity. Just had some nice burgers, haven't we, Rob?
Very nice.
Settle the old stomach down. Probably the first thing I've eaten in properly in 4 or 5 days, so I'll be on the shitter tomorrow, no doubt.
It's an early, yeah.
It's a good job we're close to the facilities, eh, Rob? Anyway, something different tonight. I quite like this. My brother drinks it a lot. Gone for a bit of a different special milk. It's the old Kraken. For you rum drinkers out there, you'll know about that. Puts hairs on your chest, apparently. So, Rob's on the hardcore stuff. He's just cracked open a can of Diet Coke.
Oh, I've got a Hop House 13.
Oh, show the camera, show the people of YouTube, mate. A what? An Op House 13. There we go.
Brewed by Guinness, if I remember correctly.
Oh, there we are then. Fucking hell.
Can't be that bad.
So anyway, we're gonna see the night in.
And it's cold.
It's not cold.
Mine is. Feel that?
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the weather.
Oh right, no.
Fucking hell.
Fish there in front of you.
No, no. You just give me a can of Diet Coke.
What,
Fucking
what?
red hot as fuck out the fucking van. Yeah. To be fair, the fish that we've seen have been quite close in, haven't they? To be fair.
Mm.
So I'm really happy. I'm fishing at 20 wraps.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's the plan of attack for tonight. I'm not seeing anybody have anything yet on the lake. There's been the odd fish come out from when we did the walk around earlier. Nothing major, but the odd one here or there. So, and that might be just with the temperatures changing, the fish adapting, the moving around. They're definitely lively and active now from what we've seen today. So we're hopeful going into the night and maybe tomorrow morning bite time, with the weather being consistently warm again. So yeah, it's the plan of attack. So hopefully you'll see me or Roberto with a cheeky little fish to kickstart the session off, and we'll take you from there. So if you don't, again, see us tonight, we'll see you in the morning with a brew and a new plan of attack. See you then. Morning, morning, morning. Let's have a nice cup of chart. So as you can tell by the lack of footage last night, there were no fish banked. A few knocks, a few pickups. I had one at 1:30. I think Rob had one at 3:30, 4 o'clock. Rob, was it? 4. Heard them crashing again throughout the night, so clearly they're still up in the water. So what I've just done, I've just knocked up some longer zigs for today's action. So I'm going to go at 10 foot. I'm going to get the deeper out in a second and just have a look and see if that can give me any ideas as to what level they're at in the water. There was a crashing throughout the night again, but then it's quietened off now the sun's come up. Seen one person opposite have a run this morning, but I think he lost it because he threw his net in disgust. So yeah, nothing to the right of us and nothing to the left of us. But optimistic still for today. Again, it's going to be a warm sunny day, so I feel like zigs are going to be the best approach. I'm sure we're fishing in about 20 foot of water, so you know, even though it's been warm, I don't think the water's properly warmed up yet, so I'm not 100% sure they're feeding on the bottom. Might be wrong, obviously, but from what we've seen, they've been showing and up in the water. So I'm gonna get the deeper out after this coffee, have a little play around, see if we can find it at where they are, what level they're up in the water, and then we'll go from there. So that's the plan of attack for today. I'll come back with a lunchtime update or with hopefully a fish before then to show you all. So that's the plan for today. Here we go. Rob's getting ziggy with it. You happy with that?
Yeah.
Tangled that was when it went out.
myself a bit of a...
Rob's got a new toy.
Oh, keep the sun off me.
What is it, Rob? It's the new ESP Carp mat.
Yeah.
Zip string.
Zip string one.
Is it going to
Have it flat.
Is it going to get used today? Tomorrow?
Maybe. With any luck.
Anyway, back to the evening update. As you can tell, nothing carpy is happening. It's been very quiet on the lake today. I've seen one fish come out, which was opposite down to the open end. So yeah, so even though the weather's been bob on for it, there's not much action been happening on the Mallard Lake. I've still got my 3 zigs out at 10 foot, 8 foot, 6 foot. Not a single bleeper-rooney. I'm probably fishing at between 18 and 20 wraps. Yeah, I've seen the odd fish show, but nothing nothing to write home about. Rob's just sparring up for the evening, getting a bit of bait out. I'm still undecided what to do yet myself, whether stick with the zigs all night or switch all 3 over to bottom baits or Ronnie rigs / stiff hinge, put some bait out and sit on them till we go home, really, tomorrow afternoon. So that's where I'm at the minute. We got the deeper out earlier today, and we found some fish that were probably about mid-water. Couple of little groups together. Rob's just nearly killed a swan. So the zigs that I've got out, they're at the right height. It's just whether or not the fish is still in the vicinity. I still do feel that they are down the bigger open end of the lake, and a lot of people have left today. Actually, there's only a couple of us on this side now. So anyway, that's what we've done today. But good little bit of kit, to be honest. I don't use it to find the fish. I use it just to show me the depth and show me what features that are there. If you've got any questions about the deeper or how it works, or if you think it's value for money, then just leave me a comment below and I'll give you my honest opinion. More than happy to do that. As you know me, honest as always. So yeah, it's coming up to 4 o'clock now. So I'm going to leave the zigs another... They've been out since 2 o'clock. So nearly 2 hours that they've been out, which I know isn't long. But they'll probably stay out until I've made my mind up what I'm going to do for my approach tonight. But I am leaning more towards some stiff hinges for tonight with a little bit of bait out there. So that's the plan of attack. Going to order a pizza later, a bit of a takeaway. Not going to have a drink tonight. It'll be good. Stay off the special milk. Stay on my toes in case one of them rods go. Got Linford Christie's out tonight. I'd much rather do it in the daylight though. But anyway. Yeah. Rob's just seen a ghost carp. Right, I'll leave it there. A bream. Yeah. Don't even joke about that. Anyway, I'll leave it there. I'll catch up with you before bedtime. Give you a quick update. And I'll see you a little bit later on before dark.
Might as well just washed out there, see it? Middle over there.
Yeah. Just about 4,000 foot from me.
Yeah, that's one.
I'll put a rod on it. I'll cast a single today. It's only about 600 yards.
What them things like we got in Australia for doing sea fishing? Fucking zookers. them things you put frozen bait in and fucking compressed air.
No.
Fires them out like 500 fucking yards into the sea for sharks.
Good morning, and as you can see, another very quiet night on Mallard Lake, which is a little bit, I'm surprised to be honest. Just coming up to about 36 hours worth of fishing that we've done so far, and I probably jinxed it on our way down here, because I said to Rob in the van, the 3 times I've been here I've had multiple captures. So there you go, jinxed it, Anna, straight away. But yeah, very quiet night. It's a weird one though this morning. I heard a couple of bleeps at about 5:30, went out to my rods, and the butt of my left rod had been sort of lifted and dropped, so my rod was sort of sticking up in the air like that. No idea how that's happened. There was no ducks there, no coots, nothing. Just weird. Anyway, making a brew now. Some breakfast, probably have a couple of cheeky little oat cakes. I've got until, stay until about 2 o'clock today. So I've got 5-6 hours left. So yeah, seen nothing show this morning. Nobody had anything in the night down this end of the lake anyway. I don't know about the other end, but that is where the fish have come from. Past 36 hours, the ones that have been off have been down the big open end. Last night I went with two Ronnie rigs, sorry, one Ronnie rig, one stiff hinge and one zig. Still out there now. And I might just leave them out anyway, there's no point in keep switching things around. So that's the plan of attack for the last 6-7 hours or so. The kettle's just about boil. I'll make my brew, get some breakfast on, and I'll probably catch up with you just before we start packing down to give you a final update. And you never know, it could be a lastminute.com session where we nick one at the death, so let's hope so. Speak to you all in a bit. Right, down to the last half an hour or so now, kids. Most things packed up. Just got to get the bivvy down. Rob's all ready to go. How you feeling, Rob?
Deflated, but
a bit deflated, mate.
Still got nearly an hour.
Yeah.
Never know.
We found the fish, haven't we, mate?
Yeah, they're all down there.
Yeah, right the way down in that narrow. Underneath the tree in the corner, for those of you that come here, you'll know where we mean. That narrow part of the lake. Guys just set up. You'll see his bivvy there. Yeah, he's come off San Martin and jumped on here for his last couple of days. Don't blame him. There's a walk down there. Rob told me the fish were there. I went to have a look. There must have been a 40 plus mirror, 40 plus common, just roll in front of the tree and just gave me an instant erection. But never mind, what meant to be this session. It's been a nice 48 hours though. So until the next one, we'll see you then. Oi oi.